Hi, I'm Cinnamon Grove, and I lied. I'm not doing a podcast called Wild Pagan Magic, Wild Tech Magic. I don't know who the fuck that was, but it's not exactly me. That girl didn't have her voice yet, but I found it. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about a place called Inferna, birthed by hands and blood and tears, with fierce carnality, a belief I didn't have prior to the cliff off. Yep, the tree of fucking death, bitch. This is a system that is mystic initiation from spirit to spirit. You call big names, be ready to mirror and adapt or become devoured. Maybe that scared you. But here, I don't paint pretty pictures made of lies. I stand sovereign and raw, and my wrinkling my nose and growling, or soft if the moment calls for it. I'm not, but not for anybody but myself. And to let others sit in a space where they don't feel the need to wear a fucking mask. Here in Inferna, tears are worn with pride and anger is embraced for passion or a tool to be used. And that can look like feral nature or creation or fun. Jokes glitch the fucking matrix, so keep that in mind. Curiosity killed cat. Oh, wait. Curiosity confounded most humans, but others pushed it. Curiosity is studied by angels, and curiosity entices demons. And through curiosity is sovereign reign. This is your initiation by fire. Do you feel the fucking heat? All right, so maybe that sounded weak. Maybe that sounded vulnerable. Maybe that sounded like something that I don't care of how you perceive it, but it felt like home. And honestly, it's about damn time. Isn't that something Lizzo said? Anyways, here we go. I go to make a freaking graphic. Go to make a graphic because I was going to tease it. I was going to tease this. As I go to tease this, the word tab opens like I was deleting something and went to type, and it just rewrote everything I said. And it rewrote it to this. And it was on Canva. It's just hilarious. Something needs to be done about. Huh? What? What are you talking about? No words were after that. Nothing was coming up because Canva doesn't usually tab. So I go and do the weird thing. Maybe not because it felt right. So it's not weird. It resonated with me. That's the point. So I put it in a Bing. Something needs to be done about, and then let the first word auto populate assumption. Assumption. Do you know the etymology of the word? Let's talk about it. To address assumptions is to be, well, first of all, this is the page that came up. To address assumptions is to consider the following steps. Question your default response. Be aware that you are assuming and challenge assumptions. Realize that it's a default. Sometimes you've been taught from somewhere or someone else. That is literally my journey through the tree of fucking death. Be aware that you are assuming. Write down your thoughts to examine them and see if they are assumptions within them. So, re examining what? Literally everything. Challenge assumptions. Identify and challenge assumptions within yourself. What did I say in my intro? Yeah. The next thing that I did was actually look up the word etymology. Assume. Early 15th, assumen. Arrogant. Take upon oneself from Latin assumere. Etissimer. To take up. To take up. To take oneself. To take besides. To obtain in addition. From add. To toward. Up to. See add. Sumere. To take. From sub. Under. See sub. Emir. To take. From pi root im. To take. distribute. And then it goes down further. Are you ready for this? A little bit, it's funny. To assume, to suppose, to take for granted, without proof, as the basis of argument is recorded in 1590s, that to take or put on fictitiously, on appearance, etc., is from 1600s, related, assumed, assuming. The earliest past participle was assumped, and theoretical usage, or sorry, and rhetoric, and rhetoric. I am reading from a screen. This is hard sometimes. And rhetorical usage, assume expresses with the assumer, postulates often a confession hypothesis. Presume expresses what the presumer really believes. Middle English also has assumption, to receive up into heaven, especially of the Virgin Mary. From the Latin past participle, the make an ass of you and me joke is attested to 1957. So, really, if we're going to talk about it in the first episode, different journeys and different paths and different structures are made for us to what? Learn or not, depending on the structure, depending on what we do with the structure. Do we listen? Do we confound? Are we confused? Is that expressing knowledge in us? Here's the thing, is if you're not thinking, who is thinking for you? And honestly, you probably should think of that first. I know. It probably fucking burns, doesn't it? This place is where I say things like that all the fucking time. And anybody that's ever gotten a reading from me can tell you, this is how it is. But here's the thing, is through going through a systematic spirit by spirit initiation, I've learned something. I assumed my own self. I took up my own power, and I have those that sit beside me. I've always had those that sit beside me. And that's what spirituality is about, regardless of the path. It's about connection and communication. And above all, at least if you worry about power, assumption of it, I'm not even sure where to go from here. I've only covered 5 minutes with you guys. So let's just talk about this whole thing together. My path started when I was 13. I don't remember who bought them for me, but I just started playing with tarot cards, Ouija boards. Was it protected? No. Are you supposed to have it protected? Yeah, especially when you have sensitive natures towards it. The resonance within yourself, if you've triggered it before, remembers like an echo. That is the best way I've ever heard it and felt it explained. Thank Inferna for that one. Consciousness is not created nor destroyed like matter. It's around. It's a frequency and a resonance that we tap into or we ignore. Sometimes it feels like something in our physical being. Other times it feels like something that we just know or we heard or that we see. The difference is how we actually allow those things to shape us or if we become unshaped by those things. This is why a lot of people leave spirituality and they go other places because something in their eyes in the corner, the dark, reflects back at them. And they either have to command it to leave or leave themselves. So are you allowing fear to creep in, make you run away from your own home? I have. We've all been there. But the difference is rising up to the occasion or letting the occasion devour you. The difference is integrating that through silence and realizing after the fact that it never mattered. The judgment, the perception, the projection, it's all human. And yeah, I'm human. Hell, I project sometimes. But now it's controlled. It's controlled projection. My perception was skewed. And sometimes when I let others perceive things, it gets skewed as well. This rawness, I'm allowing you to sit here with me in the fire of Inferna. You're not allowed entry. You're sitting at the border. This fire burns away all falsities and all fake beliefs and all fake reactions and all titles, all perceptions, and all the ways that you wish you were perceived, and causes you to be raw sitting in the fire with me. And the flame bites, doesn't it? Because once you walk out, either away from Inferno or into it, one, you have to be welcome. And two, you're not who you were when you walked in. The rules change. The game is different. So are you a player in your own life? Or are you the master of the game? Did you build the board? Or are you being the pawn in chess? Are you going to let yourself checkmate? Or are you going to lose all your pieces? That's really what this is. Life is an experience, baby. And you're buckling up, driving, riding along, or you are just there, floating on the wind. Honestly, no matter what anybody says to you, it's all your own decision on what you do next. And this podcast was a long time actually coming. Space for me to talk, share what I feel like I can, what I feel like I want to, and acknowledging that this is part of me. This is a part of me that a lot of people actually do see, at least in my spiritual business capacity. This is a part of me my friends see. And this is what's caused problems in my life many, 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 many times. Because I don't allow the truth to be hidden. And I don't mean to pull it up, but piece by piece, brick by brick, word by word, around me, it becomes unraveled like a fucking thread. And that happens to some of us in the spiritual community, and it's fucking lonely sometimes until we realize that we're not fucking alone. And if we don't want to be alone, we just have to send out a resonance. Send out a resonance. Ring a fucking bell. Hey, call me. I need a friend. That's what you do. And maybe to some, this might sound unhinged. Maybe to some, this might sound chaotic. Maybe to some, this might sound like psychosis. But baby, guess what? It's not. This is just me sitting in front of a computer while there's snoring husbands in the background and birds chirping and ant crawling. I see it. Salad next to me that's probably gross at this point because I've sat for 2 hours. And my kids coming in here bugging me about video games. This is me in the physical. This is me right now, at this time, in this space. But this is me in my space, in my home, not wearing a mask. Because I burnt that bitch in ceremony. And the ashes? Yeah, they collect dust somewhere. Or maybe they're on a shelf somewhere. Who knows? I do. I'm not going to share that with you now because it was sacred. It's a sacred moment. Not for you. But I can hold space with you in the fire. And at this point, I hope you come again. Or not. Because at this point, maybe the fire burns too much. Maybe the truth was too much. Or maybe it licked your being like wood crackling and being devoured in a bonfire and you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy the fire?